Hello, my name is Michael Martineau, and I started here at NHTI in the fall of 2013, and I basically do everything in the athletic department.
Michael Martineau has been an ample member of the NHTI athletics office since he came over from Manchester Central in 2013. Mikey has helped around the NHTI athletics office wherever needed, doing numerous roles for the program. Martineau is most known for his student manager role for the softball and men's basketball team, and has gone to numerous national championship appearances, and here he talks about his experience.
So the national championships experiences I've had have been amazing with both softball and basketball. Softball first 2 years I was able to go was out at Firestone Stadium in Akron, Ohio, which used to be the home of a professional softball team, and then they moved it to Du Bois, Pennsylvania, which is a state-of-the-art D1 facility, which has some great memories already, including me also having a couple of heart attacks and very good comeback wins to advance us for the elimination bracket. And then basketball, being that the one this past season, which we won, was amazing to be able to travel to Pennsylvania to see the team play in the last two games of the season, and then make the exhausting trip back afterwards and win a national championship to round everything off, with me winning basically every championship I could have won so far.
Martineau has also worked for the USCAA in a limited capacity and will continue to do so this year at the national championships for softball.
Working for the USCAA is a great thing. I've made connections with our national organization over the years, and basically since the first national championship I went to in 2015 back in Akron, Ohio, basically every tournament I go to for the USCAA is basically, besides just playing, I usually work for them doing a number of things. Like this past softball and baseball national championship, the Small College World Series back in 2019, I was mainly doing the scorebook on the video feed for both softball and baseball, and getting to experience that and work and get paid for it, which is great, and I hope I get to go back in a couple months.
Martineau, over his time at NHTI, has seen some fantastic games, and here he talks about some of his most fondest memories.
So, favorite memories for softball definitely are come from behind win in the elimination bracket back in 2018 against Mississippi, going into the seventh inning, down 2-0, and having to come back to win that game. The trip that Coach Fingan talked about in a previous podcast, the infamous St. Joe's trip, 4 games in under 24 hours with one pitcher, only 9 players, 2 not playing. And let's say other memories is just winning all the Yankee conferences so far. I'm getting the Gatorade bath back in 2018 at the YCC championship after you won, and there's so many memories. And then basketball basically being there for all 3 of our three-peat on the Yankee side, and being there this past last March, and when the big one before everything got shut down due to the pandemic.
Martineau next tells us about some of his favorite players that he's seen play, including some of his friends back from his Central days.
On the softball side, I have to go back to Manchester and go to a 4-time All-American Troy O'May, being a dominant force all 4 years as a All-American. Now still get to work with her as a on the same coaching staff. Then men's basketball side, JQ Furman, absolutely a beast. JQ, and then getting to be teammates with some of my former teammates that I had at Central, or people who I actually coached with, who I actually coached, like Carl John Baptiste, like coached him to a state championship, J.J. Jackson, and just getting to interact with all the alumni from my high school that I went to, and getting to see them still involved in the program. And Marshall Range would be another one, being a power and having no regrets on everything, and just diving head first into basis and whatnot.
Lastly, Mikey talks about how he got to NHTI and talks about what his experience has been like in Concord, New Hampshire.
So when I graduated high school, I applied to a ton of schools, and basically it didn't work out at the other one. So it wasn't last minute, but it was close to the deadline to make a decision. So I chose NHTI, and I reached out to Coach Finnegan, and he's like, "You want to help with us up?" So it's been an experience. I'm not done yet. Still working on getting my degrees and whatnot. Just taking it 1-2 classes at a time, and it's just being a part of an amazing campus and all the wonderful people I've got to work with over the years, and all the connections I've got to make here at NHTI. And working, volunteering in the athletics department is great. I've done it since day one in numerous roles. Some volunteer, some paid under work study, but it's part of my goal in life to work in sports, and this is just one part of it, and this will probably be a stepping stone at some point for me to advance and whatnot.